head of Ephraim is Samaria, and the head of Samaria is Remaliah's son. If ye will not believe, surely ye shall not be established. Moreover, Yahweh spake again unto Ahaz, saying, Ask thee a sign of Yahweh thy God, ask it either in the depth or in the height above. But Ahaz said, I will not ask, neither will I tempt Yahweh. And he said, Hear ye now, O house of David, it is a small thing for you to worry men, but will ye worry my God also? Therefore Yahweh himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a young woman shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. Butter and honey shall he eat, that he may know to refuse the evil and choose the good. For before the child shall know to refuse the evil and choose the good, the land that thou abhorrest shall be forsaken of both her kings. Yahweh shall bring upon thee and upon thy people and upon thy father's house days that have not come from the day that Ephraim departed from Judah, even the king of Assyria. And it shall come to pass in that day that Yahweh shall hiss for the fly that is in the uttermost part of the rivers of Egypt, and for the bee that is in the land of Assyria. And they shall come, and they shall rest all of them in the desolate valleys, and in the holes of the rocks, and upon all thorns, and upon all bushes. And the same day shall Yahweh shave with a razor that is hired, namely by them beyond the river, by the king of Assyria, the head and the hair of the feet, and it shall also consume the beard. And it shall come to pass in that day that a man shall nourish a young cow and 2 sheep. And it shall come to pass, for the abundance of milk that they shall give, he shall eat butter. For butter and honey shall everyone eat that is left in the land. And it shall come to pass in that day that every place shall be where there were 1,000 vines at 1,000 silverlings. It shall even be for briars and thorns. With arrows and with bows shall men come thither. Because all the land shall become briars and thorns, and on all hills that shall be digged with the mattock, there shall not come thither the fear of briars and thorns, but it shall be for the sending forth of oxen, and for the treading of lesser cattle. This is chapter 8, we're going to read a little of as well. Moreover, Yahweh said unto me, Take thee a great roll, and write in it with a man's pen concerning Maher-shalal-Hashbaz. And I took unto me faithful witnesses to record, Uriah the priest, and Zechariah the son of Jeberechiah. And I went unto the prophetess, and she conceived and bare a son. Then said Yahweh to me, Call his name Maher-shalal-Hashbaz. For before the child shall have knowledge to cry, My father and my mother, the riches of Damascus and the spoil of Samaria shall be taken away before the king of Assyria. Yahweh spake also unto me again, saying, Forasmuch as this people refuseth the waters of Shiloh, that go softly and rejoice in Rezin and Remaliah's son. Now therefore, behold, Yahweh bringeth up upon them the waters of the river, strong and many, even the king of Assyria and all his glory. And he shall come up over all the channels and go over all his banks. And he shall pass through Judah, he shall overflow and go over. He shall reach even to the neck. And The stretching out of his wings shall fill the breadth of thy land, O Emmanuel. Associate yourselves, O ye people, and ye shall be broken in pieces, and give ear, all ye of far countries. Gird yourselves, and ye shall be broken in pieces. Gird yourselves, and ye shall be broken in pieces. Take counsel together, and it shall come to naught. Speak the word, and it shall not stand, for God is with us. And that's verse 10, where we're concluding our reading this morning. What we have in actuality is the name Emmanuel being used, and it is correctly interpreted to say God is with us, but that wasn't an allusion unto the child that would be born of the young woman, not the virgin. The virgin is a made-up story. The virgin is a made-up story of Christianity, as they make up many stories. It's about a young woman bearing a child in the days of Syria coming up against Judah in confederacy or conspiracy, I would say, with Samaria, and the king of Samaria, who was the son of Remaliah, and that's Pekah. And so what you have, let me make sure I delineate these two kings correctly. And you have Rezin, the king of Syria. So you have Rezin, the king of Syria, and Pekah, the son of Remaliah, king of Israel, or the northern tribes, or at that time their headquarters was in Samaria. And so it just becomes fascinating. Excuse me for a minute. It becomes fascinating how scriptures are taken out of context, and we have eisegesis, and we have distortions and mistranslations taking place, and no one ever calls this into question. And this is the basis of which one is to place their salvation. That's ridiculous. That's completely illogical. The reason why I read it as it was written is because the word used in chapter 7, verse 14, is a word that is expressed as Alma. Now, Alma is a Hebrew word for a young woman. Never a scenario where Alma means virgin. Alma does not mean virgin. But in order to make that determination, I want to show you how to study, because it's one thing for me to communicate and disseminate to you conclusions that God has given me. It's another thing for you to discover it for yourself. So this is our Strong's Exhaustive Concordance that we're looking in right here. And we're going to go to the word in the mistranslation that we can look up virgin. And so all you do is in the front of the Strong's, the front part, it's the main concordance, and the words are in English, and you can have a King James version, and it'll give us to look up virgin. So when we go to virgin. Then we're going to look up Isaiah chapter 7 and verse 14. And the word that it's going to give us is going to say 1330. My eyes are so bad. I think that's a 3, but nonetheless, let's have, oh excuse me, that's not that one there. The word we're looking up is actually 5959. So what we then do is turn to the Hebrew and Chaldee dictionary, accompanying the exhaustive concordance it stipulates in my book, and we're going to look up 5959. And when we go to 5959, bear with me, we'll turn back a page, and then we're looking again for 5959. And here is 5959, and that's where you have the word Alma. And there it says a damsel or a maid, and then it has virgin. But Alma doesn't mean 3 different things. Alma means a damsel or a maid. It has nothing to do with the virginity of anyone. So when we go back to English and we look up 5959, what you'll see is that 5959 is delineated in one other place, and that's going to be Genesis 24 and looks like 43. So what you're doing is you're studying this word virgin, and you're trying to get a thorough understanding. What we'll eventually come to an understanding of is that the Hebrew word Bethula, which is going to be 1330, is actually the Hebrew word for virgin. But I just want to show you how the devil operates. Because how the devil operates is what's being revealed, and if you can understand how the devil operates, then you can see what the tricks of the enemy are. And when you see the tricks of Satan, then you can overcome the tricks of Satan by simply the knowledge that you have. God didn't say accidentally that my people perish for a lack of knowledge. What that then implies is if you spend your time in acquisition of knowledge, you might have a disposition unto salvation because of the knowledge that you've acquired. And so I'm trying to share with you the knowledge He's given me, that you'll have that same knowledge, and then if you put that with the knowledge you already have, should hopefully have enough knowledge unto the salvation of Yahweh, and not any lies. Now it says 29:43. So what we're going to do, 24:43. We're going to look up 24:43, and I just want to read it to you to show you how they do things. Now it says, "Behold, I stand by the well of water, and it shall come to pass that when the virgin cometh forth to draw water, and I say to her, Give me, I pray thee, a little water of thy pitcher to drink, and she say to me, Both drink thou, and I will also draw for thy camels. Let the same be the woman whom Yahweh hath appointed out for my master's son." Here's the clever part. It says, "Behold, I stand by the well of water, and it shall come to pass that when the virgin cometh forth to draw water." That's not what it said. Now what you'll find, I just want to show you how